All right. Good Wednesday evening, everyone who is joining me. I am really, really excited about tonight. I have an awesome guest, and I'm going to bring him on right now. There we go. Hey, Anthony. How are you doing?
What's going on?
Good, good. I think I surprised you. I think I caught you off guard there.
Well, how can you catch me off guard?
I don't know. I don't know.
I was there. Sharing.
Yes, thank you so much. That's okay. You can be off guard then. Anyway, I thought I'd bring Anthony on because not because he's just only one of my most favorite people in the entire world, and one of my very best friends, but I needed someone with some excitement around what is happening today, and I am really, really excited about this launch. Anthony, am I excited about this launch? We just talked for the last 15 minutes.
You were just amazingly excited. You were ready to create positive, actionable change across the universe.
I am.
You were like a superhero when it comes to the 5-star experience.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm going to see up here. I'm trying to see if I can get my comments up here and see if I can get some reactions. There we go. Okay. Sorry. Hold on here. I'm still new at all of this. Whoa, so many screens. Okay, so now I can see your comments. So comment for sure. Let me know you're here. Send us some likes and some hearts. Okay, so as I said, I am super, super excited to be here with you tonight. Hey, Whitney, thanks for being on. Okay, the reason why I'm excited is because I'm launching something in my eyes, and I think it's huge for the automotive industry. It's huge in my eyes because I have the struggle of being able to be everywhere in the world working with, as many people as I can, and I'm only one person. So I've taken a look at the pain points in the industry. One is our sales are softening, so our we don't want to take our people off the floor. We don't have necessarily, we have the money for training. We just decide to put it into marketing because we want as many new bodies coming through the door. But the problem is when they come through the door, you've got to be able to keep them. You've got to keep that interest. And so, this course that I have put together solves the fact that you don't want to take your people off the floor. You can remove the excuse that you don't have budget because I have made it so affordable, as well as it's virtual. So you don't need to bring me to your dealership. Although I would be very, very happy if you brought me to your dealership. I want to come say hey and train your team. But definitely understand that there is a whole bunch of obstacles. So here it is. I am launching the first ever. I've done my research. I've looked out there. There is not one program out there that this is going to be. The first ever automotive 5-star experience certification. But it's virtual, which means your entire team can get on this platform and learn how to elevate your experience. I'm so excited, Anthony. What do you think?
I'm excited. I'm excited for you, and I'm excited for the opportunity it is for management and salespeople to hear the information, knowledge, and experience you have to help them earn more customers for life. At a very small investment, which is just remarkable that you're putting it out there this way. Just because you want to help people, help people. It's probably one of the many reasons why you and I just get it and gel, so to speak, is because you put the needs of others over your own. You want to inspire that positive actionable change, so to speak, with others to make them a better person, a better salesperson, a better father, a better mother, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it may be. So I'm excited about it. Really.
Okay, awesome. So here it is. Anthony just spoke about investment. And so the investment is, in my eyes, again, I'm super excited about this. So it's $497 a month for 12 courses starting in January. But if you decide to register within the month of December, so the end of this month and into the month of December, I am going to give it to you for $197 a month. And that is unlimited usage. Anyone in the dealership can take a look at the videos, download the resources, and it's really, and hey, we have Thanksgiving happening tomorrow in the US, so maybe this is my little gift.
It's a Black Friday special before Black Friday.
Yes! Woohoo! It's a Black
Friday special.
Yeah. So Black Friday special here. No, but it is an awesome opportunity to get in, learn how to elevate your experience at $197 a month. Like I think that investment is that solves the I don't have training budget for sure. And what's really cool, so I'm going to break down the program. And Anthony, stop me if I'm going too fast and you think I need to, say something different or slow down. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Actually, Anthony, can you place the link into the comments for everybody? So Anthony's going to place the link into the comments here on the live so that you can take a look at the first ever 5-star experience certification program for the auto industry. It is completely tailored to the industry. Thank you so much, Anthony. So anybody who's on, take a click on that link. It'll explain it all to you right there.
Eric Barboza says he's definitely interested. So, Eric, the link is right there. Go ahead and tap onto that if you're interested. That has all the information right there.
Perfect.
Below your comments. So.
Thank you, Eric. And thanks, Anthony, for watching those comments for me. I appreciate that.
I got it right here to my left, so I got all that covered for you, girl.
Fantastic. So here it is. Click on that link. I'm going to tell everybody what they're going to get. I know we were talking for like a good 15 minutes before the show started, so this is going to be boring for you, but I'm still super excited about it.
When have I ever said it's boring to talk to you in the millions of hours that we have talked?
No, this is true.
I've ever said to you, Katie, it's boring to talk to you?
This is true. Hey, Ken, I see your comment here. It will be for automotive to start. So I just see the need of the industry, and from that first car buying experience that I had that actually got me into the industry with how poor it was, I really truly made it my mission to change and elevate the experience, to take my experiences and my expertise from outside the industry and bring it into the industry. And now I'm able to do that at an affordable price, virtually online, so that we can make sure that we truly are, or at least myself, I'm fulfilling the mission I set out to fill, to inspire positive, actionable change in this industry. What's really cool, so I'm going to get into, I'm so excited, I just can't hide it. I'm bursting at the seams right now. But I want to go through what this course is all about. So it is a 12, there's 12 different courses that you will get. They will be released each month. Some of the courses, for example, are the impact of accountability, so how to become accountable. We also talk about what gets measured, gets managed. So we'll talk about the proper KPIs and how to put a voice, give the customer a voice in your huddles and in your meetings. A second course that we'll also be doing in there is the importance of a brand promise. So what is a brand promise? Why is it important, and how do you develop it? So I'm actually going to give you the step-by-step process on how to develop a brand promise with all the downloadable resources. We're going to do empathy mapping, and empathy mapping is creating consumer personas so you can truly understand what your customers need and want. We're going to talk about what it is, why it's important, and how you actually do it. I'm going to give you all the goods. Same with journey mapping. How do you break down that journey your customer takes? Why it's important. How do you do it? All the downloadable resources. We're going to talk about creating brand standards. I'm going to show you exactly the way you need to do it. And as a bonus, I'm going to give you a bonus course on the female consumer. So you're going to get a full-fledged course that I do for a lot of the auto associations. You're going to get that on this platform. And that's just like the tip of the iceberg.
Katie, let's talk about empathy mapping is what you called it, right?
Yes.
Now imagine this dealerships, because Katie brings a very different dynamic, and this is one of the reasons, again, why her and I get along so well. because she brings that knowledgeable and experience, a little bit of outside the automotive industry that we absolutely need in the car business to be able to grow. And we have to be able to set our egos aside to do that. And where I'm more of the car guy with that. But when it comes to customers and empathy mapping, now imagine this, dealerships. You have customers that are coming in, and they are afraid, not necessarily afraid, but they're expecting a bad experience because they base their experience they're about to have off of their past experiences. Doesn't make it right, but everybody does it. You know, and now you go through that, and now they're coming in to be able to understand, have empathy with your customer, with that woman who's 68 years old, been married since she was 22, and her husband passed away, and has trained that Cadillac in for a Hyundai at Burlington Hyundai in Burlington, Ontario. You know, that's important to be able to do that and understand where she's coming from. To also understand that person who just totaled their car and had this absolute fear of God in them because their airbags deployed, how important it is to be able to be sensitive to the process and be patient. Or that woman that got divorced as well. You know, I mean, there's all different things. So I guess my question to you, Katie, is all those different personalities are real things that customers will come in the dealerships, and the only successful salespeople are those that really, truly take time and listen, understand those different personas. How does your course is going to help them increase sales and the bottom line by earning more of those customers for life?
Wow, that is a really deep question. Thank you there, Anthony. I didn't know I was going to be interviewed on my own show, but sure, let's do this. So essentially, empathy mapping is
what's it called? Creative. What's the word I'm looking for?
Creative initiative or authority or whatever it is. Yeah.
You can yell at me later. It's okay.
It's all good. Okay, so let's talk about empathy mapping. And empathy mapping, this course is extremely important because it allows you to flip the lens and really take a look at the different customer segments you have. It makes you understand that now we need to take a look at customers not necessarily by age, but by life stage, and break down what they're actually going through. At the end of this course, the goal is to have your key customers identified, a persona built for them so that you can take that out and train it to your team so that your team is armed with a little bit more perspective and compassion and empathy, hence the empathy mapping. So this course will arm your team with the training that will last, a lifetime within your dealership to really understand who their customers are and provide a little bit more emotional intelligence behind who they are and how you treat them. Did I do an okay job there, Anthony, answering that question?
Absolutely did. And the reason I wanted to focus on that is that's the real step when it comes to earning customers for life. You're going to have your cookie cutter, and you're going to have your certain amount of people that you'll absolutely will fall into the deals. They bought your same product for the last 20 plus years. They live 2 miles or 3 kilometers in Canada away, with it, or they just happen to know your Uncle Mortimus's Grandma Moses and they just relate to you so well. Wonderful. But how do you get to the other people that you don't necessarily relate to? You're not going to go out and have a pizza and a Coke with them because you don't necessarily get them personality-wise, but how can you understand them enough to get them to invest $40,000, $50,000, $100,000 in a vehicle? Your courses are going to do that for the value of 2 mini deals, $197 a month. I mean, come on. I mean, that's nothing. Nothing. And then, are you capping users on this or no?
I'm not. I am not capping users, and some folks think I'm crazy, and they're thinking, "Wow!" And I've the people that I've spoken to. I was just at the Fixed Ops Roundtable with Ted in New Jersey, and had the opportunity to speak alongside Fred Beans, Mr. Beans himself. What a legend! Brian Benstock, one of the only female speakers, and actually the 3 of us won the Best Practice Award over there. So I was like in that audience with them and in that group that we all won that Best Practice Award. So out there, I was talking to some of the attendees, and I was giving them saying, hey, this is coming, this is launching. And they're like, and what's the price? Well, the regular price is $497 a month, but if you sign up before it launches, so a promotional price, a pre-launch price of $197 a month. And they said, oh, per user? That was everybody's first reaction. I said, no, for the entire dealership. And they think I'm crazy. And maybe I am. But I'm here, honestly, I'm a woman on a mission. I am a woman on a mission hoping to inspire this change within not just 5 dealerships, but within the actual industry. And if I want that change to happen and that experience to be elevated so dealers can be successful, but customers can also win, then I have to give it to everybody. I would be a hypocrite if I didn't. I'm not after the money. I'm after the change.
Yeah. And also what I'll put out there is if any of the Automax recruiting and training clients, whether if it's one of my personal clients underneath the Automax umbrella, or one of our Automax clients just in general want to invest in this for their staff, the next campaign that we will do will save you $197, on that campaign. So basically it's like a month free that we'll give you, especially if it's one of the people from myself. But I'll do that, and I know Craig and Ernie will be on board with that as well, and Joe, with that to help that, because obviously it's an exciting thing to be able to do that, especially. And I'll put it out there where if we do a campaign in December, let me structure it a little differently here. If you do something in December, we'll do that for you and save you $200 off the price of our campaign so between now and say 2 weeks from now, if we book something, because obviously Santa's coming in about a month or so, so wanted so.
Oh my gosh.
It's exciting. I I was up. When was it? 6 weeks ago. I was in Burlington at Burlington Hyundai, and I asked you to come in. I wanted you to speak to the training class anyway, but I definitely needed you to, because I was really, really sick that week, and those couple hours that you spoke helped me, because my throat was killing me, as you know, at the time, and there are some opportunities that you have there as well, and that's what it's about. It's about giving back as entrepreneurs, and you and I have talked about this on and off camera about helping people with no thought of any reward and just giving back to others. That's who you want to be associated with, Facebook Nation. People that have that thought in mind. Yeah, you have to make money and pay bills. Katie has to make a living. I have to make a living. She has 3 wonderful, awesome, beautiful children that she's raising, and Ella, Noah, and Riley, who are amazing. That she's doing that. But you know what? It's about taking care of people the right way, and the dollars and cents will come. And she's, giving you a tremendous value that really should be $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a rooftop that she's given to you for $197 a month. I mean, come on, it's a no-brainer in my eyes.
Well, thank you for that, Anthony. And I want to put some some scope around this, just to understand. When I work with an organization, so let's say a dealership, I've worked with one dealership for about 3 years now, and we are almost just complete. They have spent over $150,000 with me. So it's not cheap to have me come in for a day rate. It's just not. But I want to make this knowledge available at a price that you can't say no to. Because if we want change to happen, we've got to do something different. We've got to get rid of our excuses. And I have just given you the opportunity to get rid of the fact that I don't have time because it's virtual. The fact that I don't want to take my team off the floor. You don't have to. And the fact that you want to keep all of your marketing budget where it is. I'm asking for like 0.5% of your marketing budget to elevate your experience so that you can increase your retention and increase your profits and keep the folks that are walking through the door that you've spent all the money on marketing to. I've removed all of your excuses.
Is it only going to be a virtual thing, or is there other value you have there that you're going to be doing?
Yeah, so thank you for reminding me. I'm so excited. I forgot a little really cool piece to this. So with this is also a mastermind private Facebook group where you will have me on this Facebook group twice a month Twice a month, we're going to go live. It could be an hour long. It could be an hour and a half. I'll probably block 2 hours of time. And what's really cool is no matter where you are in the certification, you're going to be able to come on and be able to share best practices. And I'm going to be able to help to guide you. And of course, I have my team by my side. So if there is something that you're really stuck on, we're going to hop on a call and we're going to get you going. So it comes with a virtual coach. Like, I will virtually be coaching you through the entire process.
I mean, that alone, I mean, to have well, I guess it's not necessarily one-on-one, but to be able to have a virtual mastermind coaching call, I mean, you're looking at least $500 an hour, at least, if not more, for someone of Katie's expertise, and you're getting that included with the virtual training. With that, and you're getting 2 of them a month. And she's not going to be shy on there and say, "Oh, it's 59 minutes and 22 seconds. I have to go, guys." You know, she's not going to do that. She's going to put forth her time toward this to make sure that you guys get the information. You can ask her questions wherever you're at in the process. If you've only done 2 segments or 4 or 12 segments, you know, it's going to be for everybody that way. And then that synergy is going to develop with your dealership or your organization, as Katie would say, to do that together. Well, you'll see a different atmosphere, different culture on your dealership showroom floor, and also in the back end for the service department as well with your management, and you'll see your numbers increase a hell of a lot more than $197 a month, yo. Simple as that.
Yeah, thank you, Anthony, for that. And I'm excited. So listen, I'm here to help you. I'm here to help the dealerships. I'm here to help the automotive industry. And this is, as I said, and I know Ken said, only automotive. Right now, it's only automotive, but that's right now. I'm going to be definitely dabbling in other industries and moving it over into different verticals. But my focus, my mission, you know, when I set out almost 3 years ago, was to make an impact in this industry. And I believe this product, this certification is going to make that impact. There's also one other really cool piece of material that we've developed that is a first ever in the industry, and that is a 5-star experience assessment that, you know, that I or your team or anybody can use to assess the experience from a customer point of view in an elevated way. And this has never been done, and I've been able to create this with all of my knowledge and all of my experiences working with the best of the best. I mean, I'm a Disney Institute graduate. I've had the opportunity to work with, you know, some amazing gurus and mentors in the customer experience world, and I am bringing that to you, and I'm bringing it specifically to the automotive industry. And what's really cool, I was speaking to somebody today, a dealership, and what's really cool, and I was sharing with him, is that every dealership I've worked with, every one of them, has won their OE Customer Experience Award the year I started working with them, and has increased their CSI double digits. So it's proven. My methodology is proven, and it is $197 a month if you sign up before January 1st. Once January 1st hits, it's $497 a month. Still an amazing opportunity and great value, but if you get in before January 1st, it's $197 unlimited a month.
Frank Cornetti's on here, who only is the number 2 automotive salesperson in the country, who happens to live in my hometown of Glen Mills, Pennsylvania. So
hey, Frank
is probably at his house right now, 2 or 3 miles away from my house. Right now, Frank, you should just come over to my house and we'll do this together. You know,
Frank's actually going to be on my show. He's going to be on my show in a couple weeks. I think the 18th. December 18th.
3 weeks from now, you'll be Frank will be on there, which is exciting. With it. So, Frank, this is something that really Tony Piazza should know about. I mean, $197 a month for each of the rooftops that you have for all 20-something stores for the Piazza Automotive Group. And it's awesome. And here's the interesting thing now, Facebook Nation, because I know what you're thinking, and as Tom Selleck will say, I know what you're thinking, and you're right. You know, you bring virtual training into your store. How are we going to get the salesperson to actually sit and watch it and pay attention? Because I've been there with that. And you have to do your segments, and I'm like, I don't want to watch this guy. He's freaking boring, yo. You know, I know from personal experience, spending many, many hours and days with Katie Maris, that she is not boring. Okay, she absolutely captures your attention. Okay, she's educated, she's knowledgeable. I have spoken at conferences with her, and I'm telling you, most speakers, when they're speaking, you hear people whispering in the audience, this and that and everything. You can hear a freaking pin drop, when she is speaking in the audience, because everyone is glued on her and the knowledge and experience. That's what you're going to get from your sales departments and service departments when she is on video that way. Everyone's going to be listening and consumed and with the information she has, and they're going to apply it, which obviously is the most important thing to get the ROI for your store. Now think about it. If you have all of your employees on this, so we'll say an average store probably has about 60 to 70 employees for $197 a month. So it's approximately $3.50 a month per person, and you have everybody on there. Even if 20% get something out of it, which would be insane. It's probably more like 90% will get things out of it. They're going to increase their bottom line. So if each salesperson does an extra deal a month, and you're averaging about 18 to 22 bucks a copy front to back, times your sales floor, so you have 12 salespeople, now you're making about an extra 30 grand a month for $200. What's that? 15,000% ROI? Hello, fly. It's a no-brainer to be able to do this and get your stores on here. It really is.
I feel like that deserves a mic drop. Thank you, Anthony. That's amazing.
Well, it's just I'm just stating facts. You know how I am, Katie.
I do.
I don't have Disney Institute and double masters and and two businesses. I don't have that. I'm from the school of hard knocks. I went to Street U. That's how I am. So we bring different dynamics, you and I. But I'm telling you, it's just facts. And for this guy who's still has working on it a huge ego. And when I was in the trench selling cars for just under 2 decades, I wouldn't listen to anybody. Oh, you didn't sell a car before? Get away from me. I'm not listening to you at all. This young lady right here absolutely has changed my thinking and my paradigm on that, and why we need people outside of the automotive industry, in our industry, to help change us. And I have learned so much from Katie in my 13 months of very dear, close friendship with her, that I actually talk about her in training, and I bring things that she has taught me into training where I teach salespeople. So I'm not just a better trainer for it, I'm a better man for it as well. And you guys need to have that information as well for $197 a month if you act now, not next year.
But that's the key. So I have to tell you a story. So I was working with You love my stories? Okay, cool. So let me tell you all a story. I was with one of my partners, and so for anybody who hasn't ever joined me, just so you know, clients to me are partners. So it's a partnership, and that's what this program is really about. That's why I'm offering the masterminds. But I digress. So I was at facilitating a workshop today, and this is not somebody in the automotive industry. We actually went around the table and talked about poor experiences and positive experiences and how they made you feel and what's different. So the negative experiences, okay, listen to this. There were 8 people around the table, a small, intimate group, 8 people. Out of all 8 people who shared, every one of them shared about their experiences, 4 of them talked about their poor experiences being either in the service drive or on the sales floor of a dealership. 50% of my class today, 50% of them told me that their most negative experience came from the automotive industry. Folks, we have a problem and we need to solve it. That is just a small sampling. Imagine if you multiply that, and I'm giving you that opportunity. I was at this fixed ops roundtable that I mentioned earlier, and the one thing, it's probably my, the one thing that I fear the most is that I'm not from the automotive industry, but it's also the one thing that gives me a leg up on everybody else, because I think differently, I see differently, and I see it from the customer that's walking through your door and not from the eyes of a person that's worked in the industry. But when I gave my talk that won me the Best Practice Award next to Brian Benstock and Fred Beans, being one of the only female speakers, that best practice, and every single one of them said to me, every one of them, thank you for being outside the industry. I want to learn from you because you're outside the industry. And seeing that negative experience today, that 50% of my classroom came from the auto industry, that really hit home for me today, because I was like, I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing the right thing, and I'm going to help a lot of people, and I'm going to help a lot of customers feel better about purchasing a car. I'm excited.
Now, what Katie just said there, okay, for those who don't know, Brian Benstock is number 1 and number 2 in the country at Paragon Honda and Paragon Acura up in northern Jersey in New York there. So he's a huge disruptor, so to speak. Fred Beans, he has over 30 dealerships. They're all within an hour of my house in Pennsylvania. Most of his stores are in Doylestown, Pennsylvania, which is an hour north of where I live. With it, so he's been in the industry for many, many years. Huge people that have Katie's respect, and on top of it, Frank Cornetti just put his credit card on the comments with the expiration.
Thank you, Frank.
So Frank Cornetti, who sells anywhere between 90 to 130 cars a month. Okay, he's the mayor of our town of Glen Mills, Pennsylvania. Okay, that literally has his own programs and teaches. If he's investing $197 a month for him, who has all these cars that he sells a month, and why shouldn't you? And to answer your question, Jose's on here. One of my recruiters, or one of my trainees here, Burlington Hyundai. Yes, Jose, you can invest in it on your own if you want. You can contact Katie. You can do that as well. Which I recommend that if your dealer chooses not to do this, you're looking at too many deals a month to get her information. And then if you do it on your own, you're getting that 2 private coaching calls a month from Katie. Are you kidding me? I mean, it's a no-brainer. And again, maybe I'm biased because I get private, not necessarily private coaching, but I get private calls and text messages and phone calls from Katie for free. But we also help each other.
You get a kick in the ass for free all the time. I am like radically honest with you.
I asked the carpet the other day because Katie has this sense where she knows if I'm struggling a little bit, and she puts my ass in the carpet because she cares. That's just a relationship that her and I have, and obviously she helps me overcome things, and I'm so grateful for everyone.
Oh, well, thank you. And I can help everybody who's on right now overcome that obstacle of not being able to elevate your experience. And Anthony, you probably can attest to this, and really anybody. I mean, Jose. How are we saying your name? I want to make sure.
Jose.
So he was in my class with you, Anthony, and he can probably attest to this too. Is that I don't aim just to shift you professionally. I aim to shift you personally, because when I shift you personally, that means I'm actually going to see a change. I don't want you to change just because you want to sell another vehicle and have another notch in your belt. I want you to change because you know that you need it, and it's going to help you shift both personally and professionally, and hence my core methodology. I want to change you at the core of who you are. Frank, Anthony, do you mind putting that link in there right now for me? That'd be wonderful.
Frank, I'm going to put the link in here. Just tap on that link and you can sign up right there, buddy, right underneath where you said, where do I sign up? And I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing the person's name right. Thane Harrison, my store is in. Thane Harrison.
Awesome. Thank you, Thane.
Definitely cheap enough for a sales rep or service advisor to do on their own. No brainer indeed. His store is in with it. So Rick Denley says he owes you an introduction to Karen Foss. This would be a good thing. So Rick, why don't you tag Karen on this as well? With it. So I'm telling you, this is really remarkable that Katie's putting this out there. Such a very small investment with it. And again, I fully vouch for her 100%. As a car guy, 22 plus years in the industry, I sold 3,486 cars in 19 years selling before I became a trainer for Automax. I 100% support Katie. I know it's not a political campaign, but I fully support and endorse her that she will definitely create new opportunities and new growth in your staff, as she's created growth in myself personally, which I give back to others. with that when it comes to the female buying experience, which I had a strong knowledge of as a man, but she's taken me to a whole different level in so many different ways, which I've seen now in my interview with women, where if you guys see my classes on there, I have a lot of women in the car industry, and part of that has been I've been able to adjust my interview a little bit, same interview, but just different things Katie has coached me on that's helped women believe in themselves more and come to training, and now they're getting hired in dealerships, and she's the one that's helped me with that. So she's impacting lives all across North America, and I say North America because the United States and Canada. And we celebrated Thanksgiving together in Canada last night.
We definitely did. We definitely did. And thank you so much. And I'm really, as I said, I'm here to inspire positive, actionable change. And I'm really excited about this. This is like not something that it's like, hey, a product that I want you to buy from me. It's, hey, I really just want to get it in your hands so that you can see that that change. I'm filming more videos this month, and the energy that I'm bringing right here, or the energy I bring on the stage, is what you're going to get from the videos, and it's going to be broken down in bite-sized pieces. You're going to see a lot of me, so maybe you might get sick of seeing me. I don't know, but you're going to see a lot of me.
That's not possible at all. I'm telling you, Facebook Nation. I've seen Katie right before she's going on stage, and when she comes up there, I'm telling you, all of a sudden it's like there's a switch that turns, and she's just rocking it. Even if you watch the intro to Transformation at the Core, and you have that music, and you see her, and you can just see the energy right there, and you don't even hear her talking because there's music in the background at the start of the intro of the show. But you can see by her facial expressions, by her passion, the way she's moving her hands, that the audience is, I've seen this firsthand, with that. So you'll get that now in a virtual form on a computer screen, but I'm telling you, it'll be just as good. I promise you it will.
Hey, Becky, thank you for coming on. I'm so excited that you're here. Yes.
Becky.
Oh, thank you.
Becky and I talked for almost 2 hours.
You were telling me that, yeah. And hey, Frank, I love.
It was crazy, but it was a great conversation. Becky's awesome.
Frank, I love to see that 70% of your clients are women. That's fantastic, and so you'll really benefit, and maybe even your team members around you will benefit from the segment of Custom Her Experience. My book is going to be dropping in August. I'm so excited about it. But everything that I teach one-on-one is going to be in this certification course. So really cool. So there's some other things you're going to get with this course. On top of all of the information, you're going to get a calendar of when the different courses are, so you know exactly what you're getting into. It will be by month. You'll have the dates for the lives set out for you so that it's right there for you. You will also get all downloadable resources. You'll get worksheets. You're going to get a downloadable 5-star assessment for both service and sales. So you're going to get that. And hey, Becky, I should work with you, and we should do it for the F&I, the back office. So that will be there for you. And then the other thing you're going to get is a Transformation at the Core journal. So you're going to get your very own journal that you can take notes in. So that's going to be my gift to you for investing in yourself and investing in your dealership.
I want one of them.
Oh, okay. You'll have it. Done.
I want one. Right there, to be able to journal. How many times, and Frank will testify to this, how many times, Frank, you're driving down Route 1 coming from Piazza Honda in Springfield, driving back home to Glen Mills, PA, and you rethink things. You're having a tough day, a little bit days. You want to kick the trash can, set some tears, drop an F-bomb, and now you have a chance to journal and write those things down. That helps a little bit. Mm-hmm. Not everybody has that awesome, amazing supporting partner like Frank does, and his wife Kelly, and his 3 wonderful children that Frank has. Not everybody has that, and being able to journal that way and put it out will help you overcome that and be a better salesperson. So to have a Transformation at the Core journal, right? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's a journal. That's going to be,
I get mine.
Awesome. So yeah, I will send one. I will definitely send one.
Next time I see you, which could be next month, I'll buy you dinner for the
okay. For that, so. Sounds good. But anyway, so I'm so excited. click on that link Anthony keeps putting into the comment box. I will make the link available on my page. It outlines everything in there, all that you get, and that $197 a month, that ends December 31st at 11:59. So once that's over, it's $497 a month. So get in while you can and learn from me. I am so excited. Oh, we have a comment here
from Jose.
Yes.
Go
ahead. Yeah, you read it.
Katie, you had a huge impact on me when you spoke to my class. Providing an excellent customer experience is why I go to work. We talk about you all the time 2 months later.
Oh, my goodness.
And you were only in class for 2 hours. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's just... I mean, they probably should have had you do the training class.
I could not train what you train. That's your expertise.
It's a different, but you know what? That's why we feed off each other very well. And Jose's absolutely freaking crushing it, up at Burlington Hyundai.
He is. I see all your Facebook posts. Keep that up. It is amazing. I'm going to interrupt you though. Frank is.
Do some Facebook Lives, Jose. Get on Facebook Live. Do some videos of your customers too, though, buddy. On it. So Frank, happy Thanksgiving,
yes.
Frank. I appreciate you, buddy.
So thank you so much, Frank. I really appreciate you, and I'm very excited for our show on December 18th. So thank you for everything. I'm really excited. All right.
Awesome.
I don't know. I think with that, do we want to keep chatting? Does anybody have any questions or any comments that you want to quickly type in here that we can answer for you? Otherwise, Anthony, you gotta get in touch with Frank. He's telling you. You gotta talk soon.
Frank, we're only 2 miles apart, and I'm home right now. So we'll keep doing something. So, for Frank, let me know if we can meet at Megan's for breakfast sometime in the next couple days or something. Let me know if that works on Friday or Saturday morning before you go into the store for your crazy Black Friday promotions at Piazza Honda there.
All right.
Let me know, but I'm available there, Frank. So.
Oh, all right. Oh my gosh, I'm.
James Steele, you should be doing this for your store as well. This is really good stuff here for it. So he said, "You guys are killing me. I haven't even dug into my service department." Well, here's an opportunity where it'll help. Your service department hearing from Katie, because how many out of every 10 customers that drop their car off, I want to assume it's about 7 to 7.5 are females.
At least.
So and the whole key is. And Katie, tell me if I'm wrong. It's all a lady wants is a guy to be able to listen to her. And I think you would testify I'm a good listener for a guy. And to be able to understand that is important to the 5-star experience. And Katie's going to do that with her material she's going to give you for only $197 a month. I mean, it's just a kind of no-brainer. It really is.
No, and it is. Let's just be real, and I'm all about being real. So let's be real. Customers do not like coming into your dealership. Unless you're one of the rare few that have you're the shining gem in the industry. Hey, John, thanks for joining. They don't want to come. Yes. They don't.
I met John in Atlanta Airport last Thursday.
He told me.
3 minutes.
He told me.
He saw the notification that I was in the airport, so he messaged me, and so my flight's leaving in like 38 minutes. So I call him, and I'm like, dude, where are you at? My flight's leaving in 38 minutes, but I definitely want to shake your hand and meet you, dude. So we literally met for 3 minutes in a quick Facebook Live. He was flying to the Round Table in Jersey, and I was flying back. Well, I was flying back to Baltimore to drive back home to BA. So yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, no, he told me that story at the Round Table, so that's awesome. But as I said, let's get real. The fact of the matter is, sales are softening. You can spend all the money you want on marketing. You can get the people through your door, but it's not going to help you unless you can elevate your experience and actually keep them there and close the deal. People want the experience. End of story. You can increase your profits by up to 95% by just increasing your retention by 5%. This is, as I said, it's a no-brainer. I've tried to make it that it is a no-brainer because I really want this change to happen. We need to make this change happen in this industry, and I'm here to help you do it. Yeah,
I mean, it's so important. Like I said before, it's so important to be able to get other people's expertise that are outside of the walls of the dealership to help us grow. And I think a lot of times, and myself included, I fully admit this, you think you know it all. I'm good. I'm not going to change. I'm going to keep doing my own way. Becky and I were talking about this earlier today about compliance, being compliant when it comes to F&I and everything. It's like, well, no, I'm good. I'm doing this. Well, no, it's important to be able to be compliant. It's important to be able to be open-minded to learning and growing. And I fully admit I was not like that when I sold cars, but Automax has taught me that. And I'm so grateful now. The wonderful people I've met, Becky Chernick, Frank Cornetti, yourself, Katie, just awesome, amazing people with that. And they help each other grow. And that's what it's about. Let's grow and let's learn from each other. Let's remove the bad habits.
Yeah.
Let's swallow our pride and ego to be able to be the best version of ourselves. And I'm telling you, Katie will absolutely get you there. All you have to do is subscribe for $197 a month and then hit play and sit there and take notes and get a pen and paper and make it happen.
Oh yeah, that's what it's about. And and people, again, they think I'm crazy, but I'm here. So once you sign up for that program, like, you're my friend now, and you're part of that. You're part of that friendship, and you're part of my world. And when you're part of my world, I am there for you. So I am a text message away. I am an email away. You can call me. If you leave a voicemail, I probably won't answer it. But every other form of communication, I am there for you, including the Facebook masterminds. And I think that's probably the most valuable piece to this entire puzzle, is the fact that you're going to be able to get on with a bunch of dealers from across North America, dealers or general managers or whoever's going to decide to come on, because the whole dealership is welcome to this private group. Anybody that has your subscription is welcome to this private group, because I want you to learn. I want you to be able to ask the questions in a safe environment, and I want you to have that virtual coach. Like, I'm going to hold your hand through this process. And if you need something a little bit more, I'm also going to pick up the phone. So please, please, please don't hesitate to at least click on the link right now and take a look at everything that this course and this certification has to offer. And I didn't even mention the fact that you will receive, once you are finished, once your dealership has gone through, or you personally have decided to invest in yourself, have gone through this, you are going to receive a 5-star certification. So you're going to get a certificate that you can hang. And it is something that you should be proud of, because an elevated experience, that speaks volumes to your customers. And when they know they get an elevated experience, they'll trust you, and it will be consistent, and they'll continue to do business with you. But what's even more is they will refer you. And when you have that loyalty and those referrals, you are going to be unstoppable. It doesn't matter what the industry is doing. You're going to beat the odds.
Yeah. Facts.
There we go.
That's a mic drop right there. Mic drop.
I think maybe we'll end it with that. You will beat the odds if you focus on the customer experience. And you can do that with me. So here we go. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We actually have, before we go, my goodness, we have one announcement. Anthony's taking over my show next week. You want to talk to everybody about
just for next week. I'm not taking over show permanently.
No, next week.
Next week, right.
He's doing a complete takeover of my show next week. Unfortunately, I will be flying out to Salt Lake City to speak with the New Car Dealer Association. Not unfortunately. I'm very excited to speak with the New Car Dealer Association of Utah, and I'm actually speaking as well for the Young Auto Group out there in Utah. Unfortunately, though, that means I'm going to be in the air when my show is on. So Anthony's going to do a takeover next week, December 4th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And then we've got some exciting guests. We have Eric Swanson on December 11th. We've got Frank Carnetti on December 18th. And then we'll see who's going to be next after that. So Anthony will be taking over next Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Are you going to do a show on Christmas Day?
I might do a solo show. I don't think I'm going to invite anybody on.
I did a show on Christmas Day last year with Amy Shelton.
Yeah.
And then I did a New Year's Day with Becky, and then Becky just booked for New Year's Eve with me for my Tuesday show.
Awesome!
It's booked today that we're going to do the show together on it. So, nothing wrong with that.
I might do a little actually family rendition of this show and have my kids on, and we can. Yeah, so we'll do that.
That would be awesome. Have Ella, Noah, and Riley.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Katie has, for myself not being a biological parent, there's certain children I absolutely just root for every day. And Ella, Noah, and Riley, absolutely three of those children. Even though Riley gave me the stink eye a few weeks back,
she's playing with you though. She's playing with you.
Deep down, she likes me, So it's, but you absolutely root for her kids. Her kids are amazing. Between soccer and piano and all the things that they do, they're just little entrepreneurs. They very much are. Hey, Chris Martinez, how are you, buddy? Big shout out to Jackie Hooper Imports in Tulsa, Oklahoma. How are you?
I love that you're seeing this. Thank you. Thank you for welcoming everybody to my show. It's awesome.
Coming on here.
Oh, it's amazing.
So I mean, $197 a month per rooftop. As many people on there, there's unlimited users. That's the real key. Unlimited users for less than $2 a month, less than too many deals a month to be able to get, multiple segments from you, 2 mastermind coaching calls from you, and to know that you're only a ding, ping, or ring away, and you'll get on top of it like that, just like that. To have that positive, actionable change in your life, it's a no-brainer. It really is. It really is.
And that's just it. It's at $197 a month. I just don't know how you can say no, especially with the unlimited users. Now, listen, I will preface the fact that you probably, if you want to make all this come to life, you need an owner. And we'll talk about that in the accountability course, which is the very first course that you will go through is accountability. Because without accountability, none of it's going to matter. You'll learn some really cool things, but you won't actually put them into action. So accountability is the very, very first course. So you do want an owner. You want an owner for the course, but you want all your team to see the videos and to learn from the videos and to have access to the activities, because that's how you're going to get the buy-in and that's how you're going to see the change.
Yeah, you got to own it. You got to apply it. And when you do that, you'll see the results. That's the biggest thing I think in the car industry, where decision makers, GM, GSMs, owners, controllers, okay, well, if we do this, what's our guarantee? How do we know it's going to happen? And it's like, well, trust the process. And I'm telling you, just like we are at Automax, we come through in the clutch. Katie comes through in the clutch as well. She bats clean up in the lineup. Or in her sport, she's the first line center in hockey, so to speak, and she'll bring those goods week in and week out. I'm telling you, and you'll see the difference in your sales department, that accountability. She'll hold them accountable. Trust me, because she holds me accountable all the time.
Well, accountability in life is everything. It is the simple choice to move forward or to stand still, or even go backwards. Accountability is, if I could turn my computer around right now, I would totally show you my accountability mirror. And
yes. I that mirror.
It's crazy. It's nuts. It's nuts. I'm going to totally do this right now, but let's see if I can get this going.
Love it.
You see that? There we go. There's my accountability mirror. Yes.
Look further up at the mirror there, guys and ladies. It's just, so I'm telling you, she has 3 different mirrors, and it's all different things. Her book, her kids, her the family, the virtual courses, car dealerships, non-car dealerships. Keeping Anthony Santangelo on lines, a whole other mirror as well.
It's a whole other mirror. But these are all the things I'm going to teach you, and I'm going to teach you in the accountability. It's not all just about the customer experience, because we have to start with you as a human. We have to start making you whole before you're ready to make those tough decisions, because I get it. Sometimes you just don't feel like it. Sometimes you're tired. Sometimes a customer wears you out, or maybe, your kid was sick and you were up all night and you've got to go in and sell and put on. I get all of that. Listen, I'm a mom of 3. I own 2 businesses. Life is so hard. I mean, let's just be real. It is not easy, but it becomes much easier when you hold yourself accountable. It becomes so much easier because you then make the choice to improve your life. You make the choice to improve who you are and invest in yourself. And once you make those choices, I promise you, the world opens up for you. It just, something magically happens. And it's funny though, and I've showed this before. I'm going to grab one of my business cards for alchemy here. And on the back, and I've shown this before here, but it's not all change is magic. And it's not. The change is you. And we sometimes think that how did we, all of a sudden we come to this aha moment where we're like, how did I get here? Like, how did this all happen? Well, you made some choices. You did some hard work and you got to a really great place. Or you made some choices, you didn't work hard, and you stood still. It's not magic. It's personal accountability. And that is the very first course that we're going to go through on this 5. That course alone is worth the entire year. That course alone.
And here's the other thing too, Facebook Nation, to get a little personal here. You might see Katie and think, oh, she has these degrees and she's very polished and professional, well-spoken and well-dressed and all that. She's been through hell in her life. And I'm not going to share her story, but I'm telling you, the things that she's gone through, and I know her story, to be where she's at today is a true blessing and miracle in some areas to do that. So I don't want you to think, oh, this girl had a silver spoon in her mouth. Bullshit. She did not have that whatsoever. And she plowed through a lot of different difficult things to get where she's at today with it. So if you're sitting there and you're thinking, hey, I'm going through a hard time, I can't relate to her. No, you can relate to her. And I'm telling you, if she chooses to, she'll share her story with you, and you'll have tears in your eyes. You absolutely will. And you'll see if she can do it, you can do it also.
Oh, thank you, Anthony. And, I will totally share my story. I mean, we've been on for an hour, so I'm not going to share it today. But yeah, on our masterminds, listen, what you're going to get from me is what you see. I practice radical honesty. People cannot grow unless we know where we're starting from. We cannot grow unless we admit to where we are. And that starting point is okay. Wherever you are, that starting point is perfectly fine because you are meant to be there. But that's your starting point, and you still got to make that decision to change. And you know what? I openly talk about my story, but I don't talk about my story to use it as a crutch to all the stuff I've overcome. Because, I mean, we all have stuff we're overcoming. I'm no more special than anybody else. We all have stories. We all have hardships. Maybe the thing that has pulled me, in front of the pack just a little is the fact that I woke up. I woke up and I took a look at myself and said, how am I going to make the best life for myself? And don't be wrong, there's still some things that I'm not perfect. I struggle with accountability with some things in my life, for sure. But then I own it. I say, hey, that's my choice. I'm deciding not to change that right now because of ABC reason. But you will never hear me complain, and Anthony knows this. You'll never hear me complain. I mean, even most recently, my daughter and I were we were in the car, and where did I pick her up? Up after some practice. I think it was soccer.
Ella or Riley? Which one?
Ella. And so I was just her and I, and she is telling me about something that's going on with her friend. And I mean, I even use this with my kids. So, it's her best friend, and she, she's getting a little annoyed because she's always in her face. Her best friend is an only child, so she doesn't know boundaries very much. And Ella's, one of 3, and we promote healthy boundaries in our home. And so she's like, I don't know what to do. I don't want to hurt her feelings. This really bothers me, Mommy. And she's coming up with all these reasons why she can't talk to her. So I said, well, honey, Ella, do you want something to change? And she goes, yeah. Well, I'm like, well, what is the outcome? Well, I just want to be able to, have her as a friend, but not feel smothered. I said, okay, so then talk to her. Well, no, Mommy, I can't do that. I'm going to hurt her feelings. Or her mom's going to get upset. And these excuses kept rolling. And I looked at her and I said, listen, I'm here to listen to you. But the complaining stops now. It stops now because until you decide to change or speak up, it's going to stay the same. Yeah. So that's how I speak to my 9-year-old. And that's how I'll speak to all of you. And I hope everybody that's listening, you've got something that, is going on in your life that you're just like, you've made these excuses as to why they are the way they are, or woe is me. It's okay for you to be where you are. That's exactly where you're supposed to be. But own it. Just own it. Own it and start moving forward. Stop complaining.
Absolutely. Very, very well said. Very well said. Scott Holbert's on here, Service Director, Lewiston Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in Millville, New Jersey. Love you, Scott. Give my love to Stacy and Mrs. L. One of my favorite stores, an Automax store, one of my clients as well. But it's Scott. One, I hope you were able to book on the Recruiter podcast. Hopefully you got on the calendar. I sent you there for Craig. Also, two, $197 a month for each rooftop. So you're looking at $4 a month for the Ford store and the Chrysler Jeep Ram store to have Katie's virtual training, which is for service and sales, unlimited users. Please talk to Stacy about that, because it definitely is a small investment there. With that, and I fully vouch for Katie as well with her knowledge with it. So, but yeah, good people. I'm telling you, this Facebook Nation really can bring people together. Mm-hmm. The power of social media. We've said it before. The first time that we met, you came up to me and told me you watched videos, and my jaw was like on the ground. It was just like, you watch my videos. Like I didn't even know what you did. I knew your name is all I knew. And little did I know 13 months later how tight we'd be. But it's a power of social media. It really, really is. All we have to do is open our minds and our hearts to owning things, taking responsibility, and being willing to create that positive, actionable change in ourselves to be more successful, to give a great 5-star experience to our customer bases and the consumers.
All right. I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself, but let's transform your brand experience at the core. Let's transform that customer experience by elevating it and providing a 5-star experience. $197 a month. Anthony, I'm going to totally ask you to drop that link in one more time. I will make it available on my Facebook page. And I'm honestly, I'm gonna end it here in saying it is Thanksgiving in the U.S. and I have to say, I feel very much part of a much bigger family than here just in Canada. And I feel, I feel so blessed. I walked into that round table last week and people knew me and they wanted to get to know me. And it feels like this awesome extended family. So I really wanted to, give thanks to everybody and wish you all a blessed, oh my gosh, my daughter just walked in. She's giving me the watch. It's 10 o'clock, Mama. Why haven't you put me to bed? You want to come say hi? You want to come say hi? She's in her jammies. I don't think she wants to come say hi. All right, she's being all shy. Oh, here she comes. Here she comes. Come on, quickly. Come. I'm just finishing up, and here she is. There we go. Say hi. Say hi, everyone. Okay, you have basketball. I'm coming. Yes, she's got basketball at 7:30 in the morning, so I got to go do mama duties, and I got to get her to bed. So anyway, I'm grateful. I am blessed, and I'm grateful for each and every one of you. And if we can do one thing over the next 4 days, slow down, unwind, take inventory of all the awesomeness that's in your life, and be grateful for where you stand today, because you're meant to be standing right where you are. And when you wake up on Monday morning, make the choice to elevate your experience and elevate your life. All right, everyone, I'm going to sign off with that. Happy Thanksgiving. And I hope to be seeing your email dropped in on that 5-star experience certification. Cheers, everyone. Bye.